Is Disney's Snow White remake the final nail in the coffin for both Disney Plus and Rachel Zegler's career? With a disastrous box office flop and PR nightmare, this movie was supposed to be Disney's next big win. But now, Rachel Zegler is at the center of a growing storm, blaming Trump supporters for the movie's failure and causing chaos behind the scenes. What went wrong? And could this be the end of Disney's empire as we know it? Stay tuned as we break down the shocking truth behind Snow White's collapse and what it means for Hollywood's future. The Disney Snow White remake was initially expected to be a huge success, with all the pieces in place for it to dominate both the box office and streaming platform. Disney had spared no expense, pouring a massive budget into the project, bringing in a star-studded cast, and banking on the brand's unparalleled reach to ensure its success. Everything seemed aligned for this to be another big win for Disney, right? However, things have taken a dramatic turn, and what was supposed to be a fairy tale success is now one of the most talked about disasters in Hollywood. Despite the huge investment, the movie's performance at the box office has been disappointing, and Disney is now facing a PR nightmare. But it doesn't stop there. The real controversy is unfolding behind the scenes, with Rachel Zegler, the film's lead, at the center of it all. As if the movie's poor reception wasn't enough, Zegler's comments about the reasons behind its failure have sparked outrage. She's been pointing the finger at Trump supporters, blaming them for the movie's underperformance, and that's only added fuel to the fire. Instead of focusing on the creative aspects of the film or its flaws, the focus has now shifted to the drama surrounding Zegler, her outspoken views, and Disney's frantic attempts to clean up the mess. What was once an eagerly anticipated remake has now become a spectacle of behind-the-scenes turmoil. In short, Disney finds itself in uncharted waters, and the consequences could be far-reaching, affecting Disney Plus, the future of its remakes, and the careers of those involved in this colossal misfire. But what exactly went wrong? What caused this major shift from excitement to disaster? And how is Rachel Zegler's involvement influencing the fallout? Let's dive deeper into the chaos, shall we? The Snow White remake was supposed to be a surefire hit, but instead, it crashed and burned at the box office. Despite the massive marketing efforts and Disney's high hopes for the film, it failed to draw in audiences, leaving the studio reeling from the unexpected fallout. The disappointing performance at the box office didn't just hurt the movie, it set off a chain reaction that's now threatening the very core of Disney's operation. Disney, already struggling with the rise of fierce streaming competitors like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Apple Television, had pinned its future hopes on Disney Plus. This streaming service was supposed to be their golden ticket to securing a dominant position in the entertainment industry for years to come. But after Snow White's colossal failure, the cracks in Disney's foundation are becoming impossible to ignore. Subscription numbers are dwindling, with many subscribers jumping ship, frustrated by the lack of fresh, exciting content. This decline could very well spell disaster for the company's streaming future, and it's starting to look like the Snow White disaster might be the tipping point. But amid this turmoil, the true catalyst for the chaos is Rachel Zegler, the movie's lead actress. She was meant to be the breakout star of the film, the one who would elevate the project, but instead, she's become the face of its downfall. While it's clear that the movie had its own set of problems, Zegler's actions both on and off set seem to have contributed heavily to the PR nightmare Disney is now scrambling to contain. From the outset of production, Zegler was reportedly difficult to work with, clashing with the film's directors, producers, and even her fellow cast members. This toxic behind-the-scenes atmosphere only made the situation worse, as it took away from the project's focus and created drama that leaked into the public eye. Instead of being the rising star Disney had hoped for, Zegler's controversies have overshadowed the film, turning it from a highly anticipated project into a scandal-laden disaster. While disagreements on set aren't unusual in Hollywood, Zegler's behavior quickly became a major problem during the Snow White press tour. Instead of focusing on promoting the film and connecting with fans, Zegler decided to go off-script. She took the opportunity to criticize Disney itself, accusing the company of not doing enough to support the movie's promotional efforts. But that wasn't the worst of it. Zegler's critiques went beyond general complaints. She made things personal, planning to appear on popular podcasts and radio shows to openly blast Disney for what she saw as their failure to properly back the film. This plan to air her grievances without Disney's approval was already troubling, but things escalated when Zegler decided to bring politics into the mix. Rather than just blaming the company for the movie's lack of success, Zegler started to point fingers at a political group. She believed that right-wing groups, particularly Trump supporters, had unfairly targeted the film, contributing to its poor reception. She was preparing to publicly blame politics for the film's failure, making this a much bigger issue than just a press tour gone wrong. As Zegler's plans to use her platform to voice her political opinions became more apparent, Disney executives began to panic. They were fully aware that this could spiral into a full-blown PR disaster. Zegler's agent and manager, seeing the storm brewing, intervened, alerting Disney about the chaos Zegler was about to unleash. Fearing further damage to their already struggling brand, Disney's legal team stepped in with a stern warning. If Zegler went ahead with her unapproved media blitz, there would be serious consequences. Disney managed to put a stop to Zegler's plans, forcing her to cancel all unapproved media appearances and halting her political activism campaign related to the movie. But by then, the damage was already done. The public's perception of Rachel Zegler had taken a serious hit. Her actions during the press tour not only contributed to the movie's disastrous reception, but also made her a lightning rod for controversy. Disney might have stepped in to prevent further fallout, but the backlash against Zegler was impossible to reverse. Rachel Zegler's decision to go off-script during the Snow White press tour wasn't just a little slip-up, it became a full-on PR nightmare. She wasn't just critiquing the movie's promotion, she was publicly challenging Disney itself. As if that weren't enough, Zegler turned against her own team, blaming her agents and managers for the decline of her career. According to her, they were the ones holding her back from speaking out and making a real impact. But this outburst only intensified the backlash, with the Hollywood industry quickly turning away from her. Disney, in the meantime, is scrambling to manage the damage. With Snow White flopping harder than anticipated, the studio started pulling the film from theaters in certain regions, signaling that they were trying to limit further losses. But the company's troubles don't end there. The very service that was supposed to save Disney Plus is becoming a growing liability. Subscribers are canceling at alarming rates, and the lackluster content, combined with ongoing controversies like Zegler's behavior, has left Disney scrambling for answers. Bob Iger, Disney's CEO, has even hinted at the possibility that Disney Plus could be shut down entirely if things don't improve soon. It's a bleak scenario for a company that used to be the undisputed king of entertainment, and the future is looking uncertain. In the face of competition from platforms like Netflix, Apple TV Plus, and Amazon Prime, Disney's dominance in the entertainment world is starting to erode. The Snow White disaster, coupled with Zegler's escalating controversies, might just signal the beginning of the end for Disney's once unbreakable grip on the industry. So, where do we stand now? Disney's in a full-blown crisis. Rachel Zegler's career is hanging by a thread, and the future of Disney Plus is looking increasingly uncertain. What was once considered a guaranteed success, Snow White, has quickly turned into an example of how even the biggest names in Hollywood can fall apart fast. The big questions on everyone's mind. Will Disney manage to get back on its feet? Can Zegler repair her reputation and continue her career? And what does all this mean for the future of streaming services like Disney Plus? We don't have all the answers yet, but one thing is obvious. The Hollywood landscape is changing rapidly, and Disney is no longer exempt from the chaos. What do you think? Do you believe Rachel Zegler will bounce back? Or has this scandal sealed her fate in Hollywood? How do you think Disney will navigate this mess? And what does this all spell for the future of streaming platforms like Disney Plus? I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you found this breakdown interesting, don't forget to drop a like to support the channel. And of course, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the latest Hollywood drama, behind-the-scenes stories, and everything going on in the entertainment world. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned. This is just the beginning.